It's your boy Wiener here today with another video. So, I was walking with my wiener dog, and I got this really good idea. I said, hey, I should make a video about that, of like what I think. Right? So, the title of this video shall be the meaning of social status or social status. I'll edit the video, title the video after I make this video. So I was thinking for a while of some messages because I've been studying, I've been getting lessons, and while I had been studying, I started to reflect upon something. Because now the way I see money is more symbolic. It's like equal to power, the power to realize dreams, to be able to realize things, basically. It's become more of like a symbolic thing. So I've been thinking like social status is representative of the value you add to society. The value you directly add to society. So what do I mean? There's a rich part of the town where I live, right? And I have thought that whoever lives there is basically one, a high income employee, and like he has to make enough to in order to live there, and two, he's an entrepreneur, or three, he's a tourist. But I'm not gonna. That's an exception, right? Basically, people who add more value to society, because obviously they can afford to live there. It's like doctors, lawyers, entrepreneurs, right? People who are paid more because their job or their service adds more value, or it has more value to society. Like being a surgeon, saving people's lives, that's really a big thing, right? So I used to think that like material things were just plain objects. They mean nothing. I mean, they are just material things, right? But I started to realize that luxuries are like representations of achievements. Of course, if you can afford it, not like getting in debt for like luxury. I mean, like truly affording things. So, like the Rolex brand, I believe, represents a crown for that achievement. And that really got me thinking. Rolex is a brand. It's really expensive, right? And their thing is like a crown for that achievement. Like buying a Rolex in itself for me would be like an achievement. It would be like, hey, I've made it, or I've succeeded, or it's an achievement, bro. Like I made it, bro. I can afford a Rolex. And it's not simply just having something that's like plain and like no, bro. It's like an achievement. Like, bro, I can afford this. So like it's like a representation of like my level of success. It's like a medal of honor. In some ways, it's also pride. Cause who wouldn't have pride over their achievements, bro? Like if I got into some like if I got some athletic if I achieved something that was athletic, like a planche or something like that, I would hold that with a lot of pride. That gives me pride for myself. If I bought a Rolex, like truly being able to afford one, that'd be like a representation, not of my athletic skill, but of like my money making skill, my business, my brand. Like, bro, if you can afford this, this is like, bro, you have achieved something good. Like, you've achieved a good level of success. Like it's it's an achievement, bro. It's like pride. Like, of course I would wear this with pride because it'd be like, bro, I can afford this. It's like I can now do planches. I can now run something kilometers of marathon, right? And another ways they are symbols, of course, of socioeconomic status. If I wear this Rolex, it means, man, I'm business, right? Like my status is higher. It's like saying, in some ways, hey, this is what I offer to the table, right? And I'm starting to believe that perhaps the clothes that we wear, everything speaks. It talks to people because sadly we're humans and we judge people basically on how they wear and what they wear basically. So like it wouldn't be the same to talk with someone who has a suit, has his face is really organized, and a suit for me it means business, formal, serious. It's like saying, hey, I'm important and whatever I have to say is as well. It's not the same to like talk to him for like business than to talk to someone who's just like dressed casually. Like who takes what more seriously, right? And who looks more serious, who looks more important, right? It's like symbols, and this is like we're human, man. We judge people based on appearance. So in status, really status is like your social value or what value you add to society. Of course, there's exceptions, like people who are just born into rich families, but even then they go to like universities and like expensive universities, and I guess that adds their value because they can potentially work higher income jobs. But yeah, so I realized that in order to like go up in status, in order to like, you know, you have to invest in yourself, increase your value, the value add to society, and your status shall increase your value, and your status and your social value shall increase as well. Upgrade yourself. Upgrade yourself. Like create a brand, a business, or get a higher income job. Add more value. Like, and just upgrade yourself. So whether you live, so I wouldn't think like whether you live in a poor or rich part of town, like a representation of the value you add to society. Because if you live in the rich part of town, it's because you can afford it, and you of course add more value to society. If you live in poor table, the opposite is also true. So that's just an idea I had. When we're like out.